Here in London, Ontario, pedestrians and bikes are eclipsed by the number of cars on the road. There are no pedestrian streets here, and hardly any bike paths. The design of our city is partly to blame for our dependence on cars. Ryan Craven is trying to change this. He created Our Street London to advocate for people-based street design.
The city itself is really constructed in a way to make driving really easy and to make biking and walking not so easy. And this is a legacy of the past, 60 to 70 years of the way we build our city.
Other cities are taking a different approach. People in Copenhagen, Denmark enjoy car-free streets in large public spaces. These spaces bring community together and help local business thrive. But here in London, people still depend on cars to get around.
Most people choose to drive when they go to shop, and they shop largely in these big box stores out in the suburb, in the ring around the city, and this makes it quite difficult for the small locally owned shops.
One of the shops feeling the pinch is Fedemasi Shoes on Dundas Street. Upstairs, Rick Fedemasi makes custom shoes for people with foot problems. If it wasn't for this part of the business, Rick says the shop would have long been dead. He just can't compete with the cheaper prices and free parking that box stores offer. Downstairs, the store is empty. Rick says people avoid shopping in the city center.
We make it difficult to come here. We have to pay to park.
But some people are keen on shopping locally. Ryan buys his groceries downtown at the Covent Garden Market.
Rather than going out and supporting some big multinational corporation, not that there's anything wrong with that, I just prefer, that my money stays in my community.
Ryan believes choosing to walk and bike over driving is better for local business and community interaction, not to mention our health and the environment. But Ryan knows that this way of life is not for everyone. The design of the city and the transportation system we have now just won't allow it. People who live farther away from the city center or who have families can't give up their cars. David Redding is one of these people. With 2 autistic kids and a job as a wedding photographer, he needs his car to get around.
Can't get rid of the car because it just takes forever to get anywhere. When you have kids, there's sometimes you can't wait for a taxi to take them to emerge. My wife doesn't drive, and she is basically anchored to the house because she can't jump in the car and run and get the kids if something happens.
For people like David, choosing to walk or bike instead of drive is just not an option, and Ryan knows it. That's why he's creating practical changes like Car Free Festival, where the road is transformed into a fun public space.
It's a unique opportunity to get a whole bunch of people to Dundas Street who don't typically come and to experience the businesses that are there.
Through his organization Our Street London, Ryan is pushing for small changes like more crosswalks and bike lanes.
Clearly, things need to change, right? Clearly, we're in a state of, okay, we've tried this way for a while, let's try something different. And the cities that are doing that are finding a lot of success and a lot of interest from, around the world. London isn't really doing that so much. And guess what? We have a stagnant economy. And guess what? People don't really like to come here for tourism. Guess what? People are leaving. Young, interesting, dynamic people are leaving. Maybe it's time for something different.
Ryan's motivation has not gone unnoticed. The city fully supports Our Street London and Car Free Festival. Cars may dominate the roads, but Ryan believes that small and practical changes can help make the city a more pedestrian and bike-friendly place. For Western News, I'm Mila Petkovich.